Hey, friend.
Got it.
Hard part.
Is the hard part.
Not many of us have them. How can you pick them, friend? Everyone wants a mom friend. It's harder for others to make those friends, whether they're an extrovert or an introvert. I think the most important relationships a woman or a mom can have is with another woman or a mom. Help us feel sane and seen and heard, because we're all going through the same struggles. And when it says like it takes a village, it really does take a village, but not raise our kids, but to help us be better moms and be better wives and just be better overall women, feeling supported. Moms are more understanding of what we're going through. Like they know. Like every time I talk to you, you're like, I know, I went through that. Tell me about it. Because we want to relate. Most of all, we don't want to feel alone. We want to feel like we're in this with someone else, and not only motherhood, but like marriage as well.
Mom friends are important, right? And I think choosing them
Is the hard part.
is the hard part.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. But when you have a good mom friend, they help you become better woman, better wife, better mom.
Right. And not just a better mom, but a better person in general, because they can, help you and support you in all aspects of life. Like, for example, we're here doing this podcast together. We had this idea because we have these conversations all the time, and they enrich our lives. Like, not only help us become better moms, become better wives, better human beings. They support our goals and inspire us. So it's not just a mom thing. Like, it's just overall well-being as a woman.
Right. Friends.
Yeah.
So I guess
not many of us have them, friends.
I know that song.
How can you pick them, friends? But for real though, like how can a mom want to talk to those moms, don't have friends, and like desperately want that friendship? You know what I mean? And it's hard because the friend that you had in kindergarten or 5th grade, high school is 90%, because you do have some long-term friendships that are still healthy and good. I don't. My friends now are more beneficial and healthy for my life now. The other ones, I was like, what was I doing?
Well, I think the problem is, or I should say the challenge is understanding on a fundamental level, really, what's the definition of a friend?
We often overlook this because we're just desperate for that friendship and that, but they're not always quality.
No.
So let's talk about it. Like, what makes a good mom friend or just good woman friend?
I think one of the biggest things is friendships should be reciprocal.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Like if I'm pouring into you, you should be pouring into me. Now we may not be pouring the same thing into each other
at the same time.
Right. At the same time, because
you poured an awful lot into me yesterday and I didn't really put much into it.
Stop, friend.
You did. You helped me. She came here and she straightened my girl's hair. But that's how it works, right?
I did.
We recognize when we need each other, we go in. And so when I see that opening, then I pour into you. It may not be on the same day or the same season.
Right. But we're pouring in.
And we're consistently pouring into each other.
And if I can be honest, probably early on, in my younger years, just being a young woman out having a good time, or maybe even in high school, middle school, maybe I wasn't always pouring in as much as I do now. But I think as an adult,
absolutely,
I've learned. Right, you grow, you learn, you become a better friend because you now understand what you need from your friend. Friendships, or a friend, I should say, is someone who is reciprocal in their giving and their taking. Right, like. You can't just always deplete someone and not pour in. Yeah, so that...
But it's natural. It should be natural. It's not constantly thinking like, oh, she did a lot for me the other day. Like, what can I do for her? It happens. We know what each other needs, But I've always been the type of friend that poured too much.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, because I have always been the type of friend that pours too much, like consistently, because that's how I am. I'm a people pleaser. I like to help. I like to make people happy. I like to make people feel loved and just, I don't know what it is. I'm just a people pleaser. And I do that. Like I'm the type of friend that will drop everything and go to you and help you, whatever you need, no questions asked. But I realize I don't have anyone that does that for me. So years had gone by, and I'm just like, and I get that breaking point. Like, you saw me at a breaking point with one of my relationships, with my friendships, where I was just like, I knew, but I finally realized that, wow, this person like drained me. My family life was being sacrificed. My own personal goals were not being obtained, or I had halted them because I was trying to be a good friend in this person that needed it. But I was sacrificing myself, my family life, my home. My husband was just like, well, you need to be home. It got to that point.
That's because even in friendships, there has to be boundaries.
Right.
You know, you have to draw the boundaries.
I guess I didn't see boundaries. This is something that this is a pattern.
Done, right.
You know, years apart, different friendships. Looking back, and I'm like, wow, she brought nothing to my life for like a couple decades. Mm-hmm. And we no longer talk. I'm wise enough to know that you serve no purpose in my life, like nothing. And I'm not asking for much. I'm just, that's what it is, There is a season for everything. Maybe a friend in your younger season could have served a purpose and you could have helped them. But this is a mom season. This is a season where I need the truest of the truest, the most loyal friends in this season in my life, because this involves my family. You're around my friends now will be around my husband, my kids, my goals, that I'm trying to reach. I'm going to share everything. So I need that like honesty and that good, genuine person, in my life at this time. I didn't need that back then because I really wasn't doing nothing.
Right.
Nothing of value that I have in my life now, Yeah.
So I have those sister friends that I've known 30 plus years. And I think that what keeps us this close is the growth and the maturation over time, right? Just like I said, I'm pretty sure maybe I wasn't the friend I am today to them back then. But with time and love, like if you have genuine love for people you consider your friends, you can see your flaws because you're experiencing a friendship from their end, and you see maybe what you need from them that you're not getting, or what you need from them that they're constantly giving you. And it should make you stop and think like, well, how am I reciprocating this friendship, right? How am I helping to develop this friendship? So over time, I feel like we've matured, when you're young and you're out there having fun, partying, maybe you're having your first kids, maybe your friends had kids before you. So your lives are totally different. Maybe you're not stopping as often as you should to be a part of their lives or to help them in any way. But when you mature and you grow, you start to realize, hey, my friend mentioned something the other day. It could be anything. It could be about their marriage. It could be about their relationship with their children, their parents.
Right.
And then you stop and think like,
what can I do
she
to
said
help
that. What
them?
can I do? Yeah, what can I do to be there for them? And I think that the more that you ask that, the better you become.
Or just be conscious of it. You pick things up.
Yeah.
Just pick things. And let's be clear. This seems like we have to put in the work like a marriage. This is not what it is. When you have a good friendship, it just happens. It's not work.
I don't feel that.
But I don't feel like I'm having to go out of my way to make this big effort to be a value to your life. It just happens naturally. It's our personalities.
It is, because the truth is that you are putting in the effort.
But I don't feel like this friendship specifically maybe doesn't feel like that for me, That's
probably because you've learned to be a good friend. You know how to be a good friend. So it's not a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's when you're learning to be a good friend or when you're just not a good one, you're putting in more of the work.
Right.
It becomes second nature. Like I said, once you go through your experiences in life, to be a good friend should be second nature because you know what you need. So therefore, you should know what your friends need. I agree with you. I don't think about our friendship as, I got to go do this. I got to go do that.
What?
It's more like, look.
I'd be like, she likes this drink. I'm going to bring it for her.
Right.
That's the type of friendship
stuff
we have.
Yeah.
But we're excited about girl, guess what I got you?
Yeah. Our kids are, playing volleyball together. And I know you have to take, your son to go do football. And I'm like, hey, do you need me to pick up the kids?
And I love that. I'm like, please do. Please do.
Right.
Yeah.
We already know we're there.
Because Thursdays are rough.
Yeah. How can I start my day and help you out?
Yeah.
Right? Or include you in my day because I know that it'll be of help to you.
Exactly. And I think it's our age too. We get wiser and we're more mature. So that just comes with better friendships, right? But when we click, because we don't click with everyone, you know, but when you click, it just flows.
That's right.
You know? But here's the thing, how do you make that friend?
Now,
right?
Okay. Yes. How do you make that friend? My friendships have come from grade school.
Yeah.
Just to be real. Some of them, you know, second grade.
School.
School, right.
But how do you make a friend at our age?
At our age, everything revolves around our children.
Right.
When you do what we do. Our kids are in sports together. I don't think that I was looking for friends at all. I have my lifelong friends, right? Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that when you meet someone and you click.
Right.
Because I remember the first time I saw you and I'm like, oh my gosh.
What did you think?
So I thought.
Did you think I was like super straight edge? Like.
You did look a little serious, but I get that a lot.
Serious?
Too. Like, yeah, because you were with the kids and I think you were with most of them. The only one I didn't see that day
was Ace or something.
Ace.
Yeah, probably, because he'd be doing his own thing.
Right. So I saw the kids, and the first thing I thought was, they must all be your kids because they
people
were
try to figure it out, you know.
Right, obviously, you know. But I'm like, they're all her kids, and I was like, they're so cute. And obviously, when you see people that are with a blended family, have adopted.
Different, yeah.
I didn't know exactly, but I think that it brings about that thought like, she must be a really good person. I mean, like, I can't say that I could readily just open my home and be like, all right, bring some kids in here. I think that'll be something that will be hard to do. Like a really good person, you're adopting kids, that's wonderful, right? We didn't say anything, but remember, I came a little late, so the kids had already practiced and all that stuff. And
I saw your husband first. Right. I didn't really talk. Well, he talked to Tazeo.
Right.
Like they interacted.
He loves kids.
Yeah. And that was like an easy opening. Like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. And then I saw Gianni, because you guys were like, you came a couple practices late. Yeah. And I remember when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, she is so beautiful. That was my first thought. And I was like, I was like, that's the dad. They must have some mix. Because I'd be weird. I'd be thinking about, in my head, like, oh, she's cute. Oh, I wonder what her mom was like.
That too.
Because I'm just bored. Like, whatever, you know.
Let's have conversations in your head.
So I briefly saw you there. But when we really, I think, exchanged numbers was at Melody's party,
that's
right?
Yep.
And you were very like,
dang, that's how I looked?
Yeah, you were.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean it.
Well, I didn't think that didn't like deter me because we started talking because we had a margarita together, right?
Yeah.
We started talking.
Yeah.
But okay, so the point that I do want to make is how to become, my perspective on how to make good friends is just to don't be a hermit.
No, you have to get to know them. You have to get out there. Yeah, I'm observant and, and not.
But I think the margarita broke the ice.
I think
have that drink.
I think
say hello to your neighbor. You never know, because I have some like neighbor friends a little bit, and we say hello all the time. Make yourself open to it. You know what I mean? Just be open to it. Go to your kids' practices. Don't be a hermit and just drop them off.
Oh no.
Go to the practice. Go to every game. Volunteer to work the scoreboard.
Be loud and obnoxious like I was.
And then you like gravitate. Oh, I like her. She's loud like me.
Right, I was.
Show yourself because someone else is going to be like, I'm like that too. Right. If you don't show yourself, you're closing yourself up.
Yeah.
And I know this is difficult for like introverts, things like that. I get it. But just you don't have to be like, hi, do you want to be my friend? But be yourself. Show up.
Right.
People are going to gravitate towards you and say hello. Making a point. If that's the first thing you can do is when you go to your kids' practice, don't just show up. Just be like, hey, how you doing? Something simple like that. And the more consistently you are, the more comfortable you're going to be to bring up more conversations. Like, oh, I like your kids' volleyball thing. Where did you get that? Did you get that on Amazon? Oh, can you send me the link? Right?
Yeah.
And then a week later, hey, girl, hey, do you know how many kids are on the team for snacks? Like, just like start it,
I think we did that. Most of the moms were there. She invited everyone from the volleyball team. And you're right, the margaritas definitely broke the ice.
And not because we were faded, just because it's a conversation piece.
Right. Because, we didn't drink very much, but but it was enough to be able to talk, get to know Laura's family, who's another one of our really good friends.
Yes. Oh, we got to have her on.
I know.
That's a whole nother episode. Our Laura friend. We love our Laura friend.
Yes, we do love her.
Yes.
We talked and everything. And then we started making plans to see each other again. I
don't remember how we got into like that to that.
There was something else going. I'm pretty sure that invited us to something else.
Yeah.
That would be like,
I don't remember that gray area. I just remember us like we hit it off.
We did.
And with our other friend, we got very, very lucky with our volleyball team because I love every single one of those moms.
That's right.